Right. I think it's about time I finally addressed something here. These boots, where did that come from? Hey, and welcome to These Boots Are Made for Healing with me, Leeanne Harris, an inner freedom coach. And boots in particular hold a very specific energy for me. They're not delicate, they're not trying to be anything other than what they are. They carry you through things: mud, distance, dance floors, mountains, and, well, as it turns out, life. So, as a child, we lived in a pub in the beautiful Hampshire countryside, and I was incredibly lucky. My cousin had a horse, and I was even luckier that her friend just so happened to need somebody to look after hers. Her horse was called Fleur. She was a grey New Forest pony, and she was absolutely mental, properly wild. But she very quickly became my best friend. I'd spend absolutely hours out in the fields with the horses, learning to ride, helping out at the livery yards, and just being completely immersed in that world. And there's something so special about being around horses. It's hard to explain it really unless you've experienced it. There's trust there, this quiet understanding, the way that they just meet you exactly as you are. I'll always remember galloping across the fields, telling Fleur all my stories about school, like she was my own personal therapist. We'd compete in gymkhanas, winning rosettes, little trophies. It really was every little girl's dream. And looking back now, I think that was one of the first places I ever felt free, like properly free. There was no overthinking, no trying to be anything, just being outside in nature in a pair of sexy black riding boots, just completely present, completely myself, and so completely grateful for the opportunity. And then there's my very first Glastonbury. Oh my God, Glastonbury. I remember the build up, the queue to buy the tickets, like online, like everybody together. If you've ever done Glasgow, you know exactly what I mean. The suspense, the fear, the joy, the excitement. My God, the packing. I'm not even joking when I say that I did not pack for this. This was back in the days when all I would take was a crate of beer, a waterproof poncho, and some wellies, and I'd get by. But I'm not fully prepared for what the British festival weather had in store. It rained. Oh my God, did it rain? Um, I think it was 2007. It would have been one of the wettest ones. And it rained the only way that Glastonbury can. The field turned into swamps within hours. My wellies, my trusty, essential, absolutely non negotiable wellies, became the single most important item I owned. There's just something about standing in a muddy field in your wellies, music pumping, people dancing, just absolutely completely filthy, covered in mud, so completely happy. It just feels, I don't even know how to explain it. It just feels like freedom, pure, uncomplicated, slightly squelchy freedom. No one cares that it was raining. Absolutely no one cared. Everyone was soaked to the bone. Everybody embraced it. People were belly surfing through the mud, just singing in the rain. And it was honestly just one of the best experiences of my life. In fact, it was so good that I have since been another 5 times. And luckily, I have managed to catch a couple of sunny ones too. However, the wellies will always be on standby. They're always in the boot, just in case, because you just never know. Even on a Saturday, even Saturday nights out, I will always somehow don a pair of boots. I've always been a boots on a night out kind of person. There was a time when I had heels, but it's always boots now, and I think this could be down to my weak ankles. But while everyone else was in a cute pair of little heels, I was there in my boots, knee-high boots, ankle boots, chunky boots, glitter boots. Honestly, if it's got a sole and it comes up past the ankle, I was probably into it. Even in my normal day-to-day life, boots are always make an appearance. Unless it's weltering hot and I'm in flip-flops, boots are always there. My trusty pair of Doc Martens are always on hand for a quick stomp around my hometown, down the seafront, down the common. They're just always in a pair of boots. And then there are hiking boots, which represent a completely different chapter in my life. So this randomly actually came about when I was unable to go to a festival, funnily enough. And I swapped a pair of welly boots for a pair of hiking boots. And I've honestly never, ever, ever looked back. I fell completely in love with just being outside, like properly outside. I don't think, apart from the riding, well, actually, no, I think we were always outside. But this time, like, it's just different, just on your own 2 feet, just moving through the world, through the woodlands, along the rivers, up mountains, past waterfalls, anywhere that involves fresh air, a little bit of effort, and a beautiful view at the end. That is definitely my happy go-to place. There's something about hiking that just really does something to your brain, just being there on top of the world in all that nature. All the noise goes quiet, the to-do lists, the worries, the overthinking just vanishes. You can't really do any of that when you're concentrating on not sliding down a wet hillside. You're just there, just present in your body, in the landscape, just breathing, just focusing on your breath. It is just pure mindfulness in boots, which feels very, very fitting for this month. As I spoke about in episode 7, my struggles with being mindful. Apparently, it's always been there. I just didn't know it. And so hiking boots have taken me to some absolutely beautiful places. I think I'll cover this in another episode another day, but I've gone to some amazing places: Wales, Scotland, Devon, Dorset, creating the most amazing memories that I am so truly grateful for. So, why did I choose the name These Boots Are Made for Healing for my podcast? Well, I think it basically comes down to this. Boots are the thing that's been with me through pretty much every version of myself. The version who felt completely lost, and the version who's also felt completely alive. The version who was performing confidence, and the version who actually has it all. The version who's dancing at 2 a.m. in the morning, and the version just sitting quietly at the top of a mountain. There's boots for freedom, boots for expression, boots for showing up wherever you're going, whoever you're being. I've always said that healing isn't a destination, it's a journey. And I just so happen to have the perfect pair of boots for that. Right, that's me done for today. So thank you again so much. This was honestly a really fun one to record. I really wanted to give just a bit of context into the name behind it, because I think it's important to know that just the whole journey of the healing process, it's a destination. If you're looking for, it's a journey, not the destination, sorry. And if you're looking for that destination, you'll always be looking. So yeah, strap on a pair of boots and just enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride. And again, yeah, thank you. So please do subscribe so you can catch episodes when they drop. I'm trying to release them weekly now on a Thursday, so do subscribe so you can catch them. I might miss a week or two maybe, but yeah, I'm always going to try. Share this episode with anyone that you feel needs a little bit of joy today, And do come and find me on socials. And I will see you in the next one.